Let's discuss an essential tool that special operators use to ensure that they make things happen and accomplish their missions, even if there is a problem with radios or batteries or antennas. We call it a no communications plan or a no comms plan. Let's learn about this effective tool by discussing actual comms plan, no comms plan, and then we'll finish off with a military example, a business example, and an international travel example. Effective communication is essential. I think we can all agree on that. But what is interesting to see is that because we have so many instruments and mechanisms of communication, we take them for granted and frequently fail to plan ahead. When I was a young teenager, we had one telephone in the house. It had a rotary dial and a 20-foot long curly wire. We were never allowed to answer the phone or to talk during dinner, and someone calling after 8:30 at night was only in the case of an emergency. Yet, I would call my friend Rusty and say, "Hey, let's go see the new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie on Saturday. The newspaper says that the movie starts at 5 p.m. My mom will drive us up there and bring us home." He would then ask his parents, confirm their approval, and then we'd end the conversation. "Hey, we'll pick you up at 4 p.m. See you there." The entire conversation would take 50 seconds. And I want to emphasize this. The entire process took 50 seconds, and the event went as planned. My mom picked up Rusty and drove us to the movies. After the movies, we met my mom where she dropped us off, and we got a ride home. It took very little planning, and it seemed to work flawlessly. We made a plan, and because we didn't have cell phones back then, we didn't change the plan once it started. Nowadays, we have amazing mechanisms of communication. We have smartphones with email, SMS, WhatsApp, Messenger, FaceTime, not to mention GPSs and maps. But it absolutely cracks me up to watch teenagers today coordinate going to the movies. Let's assume a young man named James wants to go see a movie with his buddy. "Hey, what's up?" "Not much. Do you want to go to the movies?" "When?" "This weekend." "Saturday or Sunday?" "I don't care, do you?" "What movie?" "I don't care. What do you think?" Then they share 45 more small back and forth messages and finally decide to meet at the mall Saturday at 5 p.m. to go to the new action movie at 5:10. Here I want to emphasize that planning a movie with a buddy took these gentlemen about 5 minutes. But the bigger problem is, "let's meet at the mall" is ambiguous. It would have been better to have said, "let's meet in front of this business or that business." And, as it turned out, James didn't have any cell phone reception in the mall, so he didn't receive a message from his buddy saying that he's running late. Once his buddy arrived, James didn't receive a message saying where to meet. James assumed that they would meet at the ticket counter, but his buddy assumed that James was mad and didn't write back and went in to see the movie by himself. So they never linked up, and they don't get to watch the movie together because they relied upon their smartphones to make the final link up. And because they didn't have a no comms plan, and because of bad cell phone reception, they couldn't find each other and watch the movie. There are two aspects of a communications plan. The first is the plan, and the second is communication. You must have a plan. The plan doesn't have to be perfect, but generally, the more specific a plan is, the better. I usually recommend that it involves the 5 W's, as in who, what, when, where, and why. And once you have your plan, it must be shared or communicated. I've already made a video about PACE communication planning, where I discuss the importance of having a PACE plan or primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency plan. It's an interesting and informative video, but funny enough, it's one of my all-time most visited web pages. I guess it just hits well on Google. Nonetheless, just to make sure that the message given is the message received, I sometimes recommend a back brief. This doesn't have to be awkward, or nerdy, or robotic. You can simply say, "Now that we have a plan, please give it back to me just to make sure that we're on the same sheet of music." As we saw in the previous example where James didn't have cell phone reception and wasn't able to get his buddy's message saying that he would be late, we see why it's always a good idea to make a no comms plan. A no comms plan is exactly what its name implies. A plan that all the parties involved know and understand about what to do until the next time we are able to communicate. Assume that the radios go out. Assume that there isn't cell phone reception. Assume that your smartphone battery dies. Now how are you going to do it? Well, that's simple. You make a no comms plan. Technically, you can make a no comms plan by planning redundant communication mechanisms or systems. But the best way to have an effective no comms plan is to make a plan that is foolproof, one that doesn't require any communication. Let's look at 3 examples. Imagine a special operations team working in the mountains of a foreign country, searching for a hideout of a known terrorist bad guy. From the patrol base, they send out a reconnaissance element to go to the other side of the mountaintop to get eyes on the objective. The recon team will try to report back what they see and learn, but the mountains make it difficult to communicate, so they make a no comms plan. The team leader says to the recon element that no matter what, at midnight, if they haven't been able to make communication, they will keep 2 guys with eyes on the objective and send the other 2 back to the near side of the mountain to make comms. If they still aren't able to make communications, they will navigate back to the patrol base and back brief the rest of the team face to face. As it turns out, the steep mountains and dense forest prevented the recon element from communicating with the rest of the team. So at midnight, they sent 2 men back up the mountain to make comms. By that time, their batteries were frozen, so they walked all the way back to the patrol base to link up with the team. Within a few minutes, they showed a sketch of the objective, made a tactical plan, disseminated all of the essential information, and the entire team moved forward to join the recon team and execute their mission at dawn. Imagine 2 companies having an off-site meeting to negotiate a contract. The boss of the prospective contracting company tells everyone that no news is good news, and that he will call them only if and when he needs any supporting information or statistics. At 1800, not having heard from the boss, the department heads all assume that the negotiation went very well and leave for the day. But what actually happened was that the negotiations were going poorly and late. During a break at 9 p.m., the boss exits that negotiation, exhausted and flustered, and calls the office to get some critical statistics and info from his team. But they all went home. No one is left in the office. The boss is high and dry with no one available to support him because he made a bad no comms plan. We all like to say no news is good news. This is normally the start of a good no comms plan, and it works most of the time. But sometimes, as in this case study, you need to say no news is bad news, so don't leave the office until I say that I no longer need your help. Now let's imagine that you're traveling out of the country, meeting friends in Paris. They fly from New York and land at Charles de Gaulle at 11 a.m. You fly from Atlanta and land at noon. The amateur says, "I'll call you when I land," but the professional makes a no comms plan. Here's why. Maybe your plane is late. Maybe their plane is late. Maybe your cell phone doesn't have reception, or their phone doesn't have reception. Or perhaps you have a dead battery, or you don't have the right adapter for the power outlet. This is why it's good to have a no comms plan. Do a bit of internet research and find that after you exit customs into the passenger pickup lobby, there's a cafe on the immediate right. You decide to meet there. If no one arrives after 4 p.m., then you take a taxi and will link up at the hotel where you have reservations. This way you know that if all else fails, you will link up with your friend at the hotel. A no comms plan isn't rocket science, but it is the absolute best tool you can use to mitigate the most likely contingency you will have to face in life, that of a dead battery, bad cell phone reception, or forgetting your smartphone in your car. Please leave a story of when you were left high and dry because you didn't make a no comms plan in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want to join my Life as a Special Operations team, and don't forget to forward this video to a friend who needs to see it. Life is a special operation. Are you ready for it?